Welcome back. How long has it been? Like a month, maybe? Another month?
Been a little bit.
Yeah.
February was rough.
Yeah, it's always rough for us.
We're back. It's almost the spring market, and today we're talking about things we wish we would have known before we got into real estate investing. Mm-hmm. What do you say the biggest one is for you?
I would say, well, I don't know if that's even true. I was going to say there's been more expenses than I thought, but I bought them so recently and they needed a little bit of work. So that's what those have gone into. So I've barely seen a profit so far, but I'm starting to notice that now I'll start making more net profit off of it. But there were more like little things I didn't think of before I bought that costed me.
What's like an example of?
Well, I made 2 LLCs, so they're each in a separate LLC. So there were
cost of that adds up too.
Yeah, there were attorney fees with that, and then recording fees with that. It wasn't anything major or bad. I just didn't think of it. And then just little repairs. A lot of people charge $100 just to go out there to fix something. And then plus, parts, labor, and all that. There's been a few of those things. Oh, a water heater. I had to buy a new water heater. I kind of knew about that, though, before. Yeah. So, just some things. Nothing crazy, but things I didn't think of before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you really think about, I think when you think you're getting investing that you're going to, right out of the gate, like make a good profit. And that's typically not the case. Like,
Yeah.
just breaking even or, having a little income is really all you see on your first investments typically. And a lot of times by the end of the year with just maintenance expenses and taxes and income, your actual year over year net, like it's not as, it takes a few years to get there.
Yeah.
To where, 10 years in, it's a different story. But in the first few years, you're not really making a ton of income. It's more like, hey, this is a long-term play.
Yeah. And that's what I've really realized. I'm like, okay, well, in 5 years, the numbers are going to be like this. And in 10 years, they're going to be like this. So
I think that's what really, if you keep that in mind, like this is what it's going to look like in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. It keeps because I think if you just look at like the numbers today, you're going to be like, this isn't worth it. This doesn't make sense. Like this is a headache. And I think that's when we see like a lot of people 2 years in get out of it because they're just like, this isn't making me money.
Yeah.
But
that would be a bad, I'm like, I know that in the future I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, that was the best thing I ever did. So you just have to kind of remind yourself of that.
It's still a gratification.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you wish you knew or someone told you?
So it wasn't necessarily my first rental because my first rental I bought as a primary home and lived in it. But after I started buying rental properties for the sake of being rental properties, I've had to put 25% down each time. I guess I didn't have to. But if I wanted the best terms, 25% down was better than 20% down, which I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know like I'd get the better rate with 25% down over 20. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's not something I thought of. And so I don't know that, luckily we had the money to make that happen each time, but it wasn't prepared for that extra.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
Because you had to do that, right?
Yeah, I put 25% down. And I didn't realize that until like a month before I bought them. I was like, oh, you have to put 20. I was like, I didn't, I was like, oh, I'm going to do conventional 10%, whatever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. I had to put down 25%.
And that you did a different loan type, and we can't really get into the the loans. There are programs out there that you can do different stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not as widely available as
Right.
I
It's
think
different.
the World Wide Web makes it seem.
Uh-huh.
Like house hacking, just you don't need any money, you can buy, maybe. I'm sure there's definitely, we've seen ways to do it. It's just, I don't know if it's necessarily the smartest financial thing. I don't think if you only have $500 in your bank account that you should be buying any property, because you're not going to be able to fix the heat if it breaks.
Things happen. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely a shock to me. I think another thing for me was how painful turnover is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not even the loss of income from it, because a lot of times we get people in, but just how dirty people leave things.
Yeah.
I think I've only had like twice tenants actually like pay to have it cleaned before they turn it back, and it was like, oh my god, you're the most amazing tenant ever. So if you want to be a good tenant, like pay to have it cleaned.
Yeah.
And just yeah, I mean, just like dealing with the security deposits, like what you consider as dirty or not correct, you know, I feel like it's always
an argument,
open to interpretation.
Yeah.
Which is where we started, you know, we'll list out like the actual estimate and the cost it takes to repair that from the actual, and we outsource those repairs now, so we can have an actual sheet that says, hey, this is XYZ, we had to repair this. So there's no like gray area and people aren't upset with you. Like it's just very documented, and the more you can get organized and documented about things, the smoother the process is for landlords and tenants.
Yeah. And it's annoying and tedious at first, and you like don't want to do it, but when you do, and when it comes in handy, you're going to be really glad that you did.
Yeah.
So.
And just the onslaught of calls when you have a vacant property is overwhelming. Like we have such a lack of inventory from rental properties in our area.
You'll get so many inquiries.
Like, I wish our phone rang for real estate sales the way it did for like rentals.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. And you'll hear lots of stories. You'll hear all the stories, all the sad. You know, but all kinds of people. Most people, my two that have left, one person left 30 days early and said just keep the deposit as next month's rent. But that was a whole other thing. And then my second guy that left, it was so dirty and needed repairs. And I, wrote out like what all the repairs were and the cost and why he wasn't getting his deposit. And he was like, oh yeah, I know. I just didn't expect it. I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah. A lot of them just keep the deposit. That's how they feel. It's less work for them. I think the biggest thing is just have some money saved, because you're gonna have to spend some money, probably more than you think.
And document all that for taxes too.
Yeah.
When I first started, I mean, we had like separate bank accounts and everything like that, but I wasn't super detailed in writing everything down, every expense. Like, if it, like your gas trips and stuff. And in the last few years, I've changed to looking at the income expenses at our properties and entities actually weekly, like seeing what they're netting, which one's making money, which one expenses, because you'll get to looking at like, you'll just like be like, oh, well, I have money in the bank from this rental this month. But if you look at the whole year, the big picture, and you start looking at it closely, you really get a better understanding of where you are. And And that wasn't something that I really got detailed in the weeds with in the beginning. And I wish I would have, because it gives you just a greater understanding of what you have and what you're dealing with, and probably how to like better utilize that. And it's great for taxes. Your tax people will love it if everything's written down and you don't just have a bag of receipts.
Yeah, my card or...
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's funny you say that, because I don't know if it was this week or last week, but I...
Had a bag of receipts.
No. I do for real estate. I need to work on that. But for my rentals, I have just like spreadsheets, and I literally, each unit, I sorted out all my expenses, all the profits, everything, so I can look and be like, okay, this is the unit that's making me lose money. Instead of just, okay, I have 4 units, this is how much I'm making. It's like you can actually narrow it down and then better make more money.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's better to do that now, because even, what's it been, 4 or 5 months? And I was like, oh my God, I should have done this when I started, because I had to go back through and...
Yeah, that's painful.
Yeah.
Or if you wait till you have to do your taxes, that's really painful.
Yeah.
And then if you wait until you have to do your taxes, you forget things, like things the repair you made 11 months ago. If you don't write it down, you're not going to remember it. It's going to slip through the cracks. So it does help keeping everything, separate in its own bank account, because you can look at that stuff. But just do it more regularly, at least monthly. Like, doing it weekly has really been actually life-changing, I think. People, like, big-time investors that I, like, pay attention to and listen to, they said, they're like, the first thing I do every day is open my bank account. I look at that more than anything. I look at it more than social media, because what you focus on expands, and if it's right in front of you, it's like, that's why credit cards are you can get so much trouble, because you can just not look at your credit card statement and just keep swiping. And so, like, opening your bank account, looking at it, the more you look at it, the better you're going to be at making that grow. I've also heard a lot of, we're totally getting off another subject, but a lot of like larger investors and like super wealthy people that I listen to, they take all of the active income, they say take all the active income you make and buy investment properties and only live off your passive income. It's quite an interesting... very interesting way to think about money. I'd be curious to see like who's doing that and who's following that philosophy, because I guess I've always looked at it different, take the passive income to buy more passive income and use your active income to live, but swapping that, it's an interesting thought.
Is there anything else you wish you knew before you started? Were there any moments where you were like, oh my God, like I had no idea this would happen. I could have never imagined this would have happened.
I could have never imagined COVID would happen and rates would drop so much, and I would refi, and like it did amazing things for my passive income and my wealth and assets. And I never expected that. I never even thought about, when I got into it, refining wasn't, I just like, this is my payment. This is going to be, I'm just going to have to pay it off or pay it off early. It never crossed my mind that was going to be an option.
So it was better than you thought it would.
Yeah, that was an amazing thing to happen.
Also, though, with COVID, wasn't there a thing where tenants didn't have to pay?
Oh, yeah. I had an entire 30 days where not a single... I think we had 8 mortgages that we were carrying that nobody paid on.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No one.
Like, I would never imagine something like that would happen. I mean, that's so insane.
My dad used to tell me, he's like, before you buy another investment, if worst case comes, can you carry it? Can you cover it if income stops coming in?
That's what you told me. Yeah.
And he's like, you think it won't happen, but it will.
Yeah.
And it did. And it was I don't know, it wasn't, I mean, I never even thought about doing, I know you could get like forbearance or help with your properties too, but I mean, a lot of those put a lien on your property and a little surprise when you close that you have to pay back if you sell. Yeah, I mean, that was...
Yeah.
It was shocking. I mean...
You would not predict a pandemic.
Yeah. It could happen again.
Yeah. Or a war.
A lot of my tenants, though, they were really good. They got in touch with me, and they, like, spread the month's payment out over multiple months. So the following months, I actually had larger rents from them.
Oh.
Or they would pay like partial after that, so I'd get like paid twice a week for a while after that. So it all worked out. I think there's only maybe one that didn't actually pay, and then there was a commercial one where they just folded and moved out.
But you had to be able to float it until that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we did that without help, which was very unexpected. I mean,
yeah,
that was very unexpected. I think for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a crazy time. I don't think anything really crazy has happened that I didn't, already think about.
Yeah, you're in the industry too, so you kind of have...
Yeah.
You're aware of those things.
Right. And I know people who can fix things and who can... give me advice.
They always come in multiples, the repairs. Like, you're never going to just have one heater go out. There's going to be 4.
Yeah.
I'm on, like, number 2 for the year, and we're in March, so that's fun. But, I mean, if you want to talk about things I didn't know, like, that's just single-family rentals. We could go way into, like, there's a lot of things I didn't know about owning a mobile home park.
Yeah,
like, a lot.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that.
I really don't think you should buy an asset class that you know nothing about. Yeah. I think you're just asking for a lot of trouble. The only reason I shouldn't say I knew nothing about it. The only reason I did it is because I did have family that was in it and living and breathing it full time, and I knew that I could have the support of them to muddle through.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how nervous tenants would be about ownership change. That's something I didn't know, and I think that's probably, I would assume in apartments or any multifamily, you probably see that a lot. It's, I'm guessing it wasn't an isolated event with me and my situation. I mean, tenants are nervous. Like, the first thing they think is, oh, you're going to jack up the rents, or what if you just turn my trailer park into a commercial development and kick us out? Can we stay here?
I'm worried about that. How about you doing that?
Still?
Yes.
5 years in?
I know. I have anxiety.
Tell them to keep paying their rent.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I was really unprepared for, I was just like, they're going to be excited. We're going to fix the place up. We're going to make it look nice. They're going to be happy. And it did not go that way. Like, it was one of the hardest things I had to do. And it was the people aspect of it that was hard, not the actual physical, dealing with the mobile home park. I was really unprepared for that. It was a negative thing, us being new owners.
Well, in your park, I don't know if it still is, but it's a 55 and up community. And so a lot of those people are living on pensions, social security. They have a fixed income. Mm-hmm. And so they're probably like, oh my God, like, if this price goes up a certain amount, like, I can't afford it. And yeah. So I could see that more so with your community.
Mm-hmm. But one thing I realized too is when we did go in and start fixing things up, like we redid the roads, that was people started coming forward, and I was like, thank you for doing this. This place looks great. Like, we really appreciate that. And so I think a lot of it is people think you can't just be talk. Like, they have to see it in action and know that, like, you're sincere about what you're saying. We could talk about all the kinds of things I didn't know. I don't know, fix and flips on that aspect. I don't think I was as shocked about when I've gotten into fix and flips is because I already knew that I was going to be shocked by things.
Yeah.
Like, you just know that things are going to come up.
Yeah. And being in the industry, you know what all those things are. What they
For the
could
most
be.
part, yeah. New construction, now doing our newest venture, doing like prefab homes and putting them on permanent foundations and selling them as new construction spec homes. That's been a lot of unknowns. Learning the regulations around what is allowed and what isn't there's been multiple times when we've been told something by an entity that was incorrect and cost us a lot of money because they told us one thing, and you just don't really know, like, how to verify.
Yeah.
So having good legal teams helps, but
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a whole different world.
It's a whole different world. Getting people that want to work on mobile homes, manufactured homes, even though they're brand new and nice, the stigma of it, it's so hard to get people past.
Yeah.
That's been hard. And I mean, some of these homes we're bringing in are nicer than stick-built homes. So I was shocked at how people still view that. I was shocked at, the biggest shocker is how much neighbors, when you come in, you're like, you're building a new home, and then they hear it's a manufactured home. All they think is you're going to put in a trailer park, and the neighbors come at you with pitchforks. And even after you show them, it's like this really, really, really nice home, like nicer than several of the homes in the place. They're still like, not nice. Yeah, so just the overall sentiment of it. People aren't like, they aren't loving with it, and they aren't
yeah, they can't think past what they know.
I was not expecting that. I thought people would be like, this is so cool. Like, it's affordable, it's nice, it's like great property for somebody. Yeah, no, that's not at all how it's come across. So, but the people that buy them love them. I mean, love it. It's like their dream homes, and it's such a great thing.
They're really, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like, some of these are so nice.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I would live in them.
Yeah.
Like, but.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I can really think of.
So.
Let us know if you have invested, what you didn't know. Yeah. And any questions you guys have?
We're always here to help, and we look forward to our next session with you guys.